Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Lady Ray, Ashlyn Aloni's Dragon Elf. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell whenever I upload new activity. On my channel, you will find that I do vlogs weekly, either uploaded on a Sunday or a Monday, just depends on how I'm feeling, because some days you don't feel good. And also, I have a variety of playlists that you can check out of a variety of different content that I like. As believe me, there is a lot there that you can look through. And I'll keep you busy for a while. Anyways, today is vlog number 19. I have decided to name this particular vlog Crazy Kinship and Unconscious Content. Of course I mispronounced it. Well, in previous vlogs, I have mentioned that I have joined a kinship on Lord of the Rings Online. And I've been having a blast with these people. They're a lot of fun, and I'm sharing a bit of what is going on with the craziness in the kinship. I'm going to be doing a bit of a promotion right now for my kinship. Lord of the Rings Online, the Cliff Diver kinship, Cliff Divers, I believe, is on the server Evernight EU. So if you ever play the game and end up on this server, or you are already playing the game on the server and you're not a part of kinship, you can go ahead and try seeking out the Cliff Divers and joining our kinship. Inside our kinship, there's a lot of kinship activities, listening to music, watching videos, movies. There's also a lot of in-game guides and help, and we can also converse with other players, asking about crafting, like have somebody craft something for you and you like pay for it or even give the items required for making it. So there's a lot that really just goes on inside the kinship, and I've hit the hunter class guide several times now because my class of my main character is a hunter. And our kinship leader, Wolf Zap Zap, she is absolutely amazing. I do have her on my thumbnail, so you can check out that photo. And I'm also going to be linking in the description the conversation that you're going to hear about later in this video about what's been transpiring in this crazy conversation within the kinship. But Wolf is an incredible kinship leader. She is very active in everything that's going on, and also make sure that the other officers that are part of the kinship are very much so active as well, and making sure that the kinship is running smoothly and no problems or anything like that, but also just being very helpful and personable. Wolf, you are amazing. So somewhere in there, actually yesterday, a friend of mine in the kinship ended up posting inside the kinship about a little competition challenge that he and another friend were doing of how many things they can stick in their hair. So as you can see by my thumbnail, I've got stuff pertaining to that. The one with the pens in the hair, that one, he's the one that started it. Then the other one that I have the ball on the head, he's the one that instigated the whole challenge. And a bunch of other people, it looked like a bunch of other people in the chat started pitching in on that as well. And the next day that it had happened, it started the day before last at my time zone, because I'm in California and they're all the way over in Europe. So, but I posted a photo, which is in the thumbnail, catching up with the items on the head. Meet Big Dog. Okay, this was where things got really crazy. It was absolutely hilarious. I am going to be posting a link to a Google document where I have either screenshots or just a copy of the text listed. So if any of you want to go ahead and read through it again, you can go ahead and check it out there in the description below. But okay, so Eagle, a fellow kin member, ended up sending laughing emojis, 3 of them. Then I go and comment, and then I moved out from underneath him, and he nosedived onto the floor. Eagle went and responded, "Animal abuse." Now, I'm going to mention here, my current name in the Discord channel is Better Thrill, because that's my name on in-game. So you're going to see a difference there. That's just a quick disclaimer. Now, I responded back to Eagle's animal abuse. Hey, not my fault he lost his balance. 2 laughing emojis. And then he goes and quoted me, and then I moved out from underneath him, and he nosedived onto the floor. You moved out underneath him. This was done on purpose. Me, I did not know he would faceplant. And then Eagle goes and comments, save it for the court. Oh dear. I laughed at that. He goes and says, Bear Thrill, you are hereby arrested for being a meanie to a good boy, and you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. He and I both laughed at that, and then this is where it gets even more ridiculous. Off my phone, where I was conversing with my friends in the Kinship, my mom goes and sends, the mom says, thank you for chastising the kid. I hijacked her phone. And the Eagle laughed at it. And then this is where I explained what happened. I showed her and my dad these messages. Then she went to type that. I panicked, got my phone back. And then my dad guilt-tripped me over the fact that I often will hijack my mom's phone and do stuff with it. So I gave it back to her. Yeah, I was very panicked over what she was going to send, as I was just so guilt-tripped into giving it back, because I have in the past taken my mom's phone, I've changed the background on it, I've sent messages to people. Then Forgotten, who is the friend with the pens in the hair and the thumbnail, he goes, oh my god, this chat. And then Eagle comments, I thought it was funny. Adding the fact it gave you a good scare made it that much better. And he laughed. Forgotten said, I leave for a few hours and you get yourself arrested, Bear Thrill. I did too. Eagle goes and comments, Sir, I must ask you to not speak to the inmate. You can bail her out for the soft price of 500 gold. And I commented, my mum says I can be bailed out by receiving a noogie. Forgotten says, how about 25 copper and I take her off your hands? And a lemon. Eagle says, I hereby state that your mother and father both get to punish you in their own accord, and then we can drop the charges. Forgotten says, the great and honorable Judge Eagle has spoken. And I go and comment, I'm in for it. And then Forgotten goes and comments, just as he had mentioned before. Also, as I said, I do it every time. Hi, Bear Thrill's mom. Because he said every time my mom was involved in conversation in this, or just me mentioning her, he would greet her. A funny thing is, I didn't mention this in the messaging back and forth with everybody, but I went over to my mom very begrudgingly, very worried, concerned, and you could just hear it was dripping in my voice and my demeanor about getting that noogie as punishment for hurting my big dog. Then I sent a selfie of my mom and I. I will be blurring out my mom's face because she doesn't want to be known. But yeah, so I got a selfie of her giving me a noogie. And then things really just got a little crazier after that. But it was hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and end that there. Aside from Eagle mentioning that judgment has been served. So yeah, my kinship has a bunch of silly people. And the kin leader, Wolfie, she ended up commenting that I get a feeling that Bear Thrill really enjoys the kin. My comment, do you think? But yeah, it was a lot of fun chatting with my kin members. And as I said, I'm going to leave a link in the description to a Google document with that conversation listed, so all of you can check it out. Now, I will get to the unconscious content at the very end of this video, but first, I am probably going to be dropping my classes for my college because it sounds, a friend of mine who is also attending the same college as me, he ended up going into the library and talking with one of the librarians after he turned in a laptop that he was borrowing. He got from them that they're most likely, or their plan right now is to do everything online except for, say, labs. So that'll go ahead and be in class because I do not have the self-discipline to accomplish an online course, and also the fact that most places are still shut down. The places that I would go to complete assignments, such as a coffee shop or even, say, the mall. I've not really tried that, but it is an option. But because those places are still shut down and I don't always like to be cooped up inside all day working on stuff, and don't have the discipline to make sure I get everything done, I'm probably going to drop my classes, but for now I'm going to hold on to them. Go ahead and pay my fees for registering for the classes of, I forget what the one's called, but the other one's archery, a kinesiology class. I don't know what's going on with kinesiology classes. I really wanted to take the archery class, but we shall see with how things go. So yeah, I'm going to wait until the fall to see how things are truly going and then go from there. Now on to the unconscious content. Okay, so in the middle of February, I had the experience where when I was watching Morg's Hyperion movie, I will link it in the description. At the very end of the second part of it, there's a voiceover saying that he is the herald of the Hyperion Order, and that there is... I just drew a blank. Awesome. And that he had mentioned to the Illuminati that there is a watch that entered a female body. I responded to that very out of character. It was like my conscious mind switched off and my unconscious mind switched on. And the first very coherent thought I had was, that was me. That is me. Now, I managed to, over the past week, get insight on what the heck do I do with this experience? What could it possibly mean? It could have meant that I was noticing in the collective another mind that is the mind of the watcher that entered the female body. I'm maybe a bit hesitant about it now, but when I first got that insight about it, I was really hesitant, resistant to accept that that's what it was. But now I'm much more open-minded about it, and I feel relieved to know that, okay, this is a possibility. This is that counter argument that I had been searching for a while now of, if it isn't me, then what? Why did I react like that? This is that piece of information that I've been searching for. And then another person had commented that it sounds like there's a lot of unconscious content that needs to be worked through. That's the other part of my title. Because with Hyperions, we're working at bringing the unconscious conscious and not suppressing it. So I am going to be working more so on figuring out what to do to bring my unconscious content conscious. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's a really big update on that there, the unconscious content, and I'm definitely going to be looking into what I can get at this time, which is probably going to just be videos off of Morg's channel and the Hyperion source. I will link to their channel in the description. They're a really cool channel. Oh, excuse me. And I'm also going to be working out slowly getting the books pertaining to Hyperianism. Morgue has quite a few books available. You can find those on IamHyperion.com. I'll be linking that in the description below as well. Anyways, well, links are all going to be in the description below. This is going to be the end of my video. If you're interested in checking out my channel, go ahead and hit the button up there. And I have my list of other vlogs right here. You can go ahead and check out. And that's going to be it. All of you take care. Ad Astra. To the stars.